Hi there, great and glorious, soon to be famous one day if I'm very lucky, fingers crossed, and shove a rabbit's foot in my pocket, Nick Dutch yet again. Just a little video note to the video I've seen on astral projection. There's all kinds of ways in which it can be done. I would say that, from my experience of doing astral projections, it can take a lot of perseverance. It can take a couple of years to get a full, complete and utter total exteriorization of your own spirit when you're asleep. There's with that particular method, number one, you can, as you fall asleep, try and keep your conscious awareness going until the moment when the body goes completely asleep. And you try and keep your consciousness going, then you visualize yourself and try and sense yourself moving upwards. Alright, it often helps to try and feel your own heartbeat at the back of the head, which is supposed to be a sensation that you experience when you're actually in the astral form. It is often said that the early stages of astral projection, when the spirit is levitating up out of the physical body, can be unpleasant, with the sensations of vibrating, moving up and down, swaying, spinning, and your head bouncing about, or indeed your feet flying up, and all kinds of other things which can feel a little unnerving. So it's often said that you're unconscious during the early stages of projection. Then when then after the astral is levitated upwards, it then slides outwards prior to writing itself vertically a certain distance away from the physical body. So just as from your experience when you were younger, right, and you used to go drinking, you would probably rehearse inside your mind how to get to the bathroom so you could throw up, Well, in this particular case, what you do is you rehearse in your mind where you want your ghost to go, where you want your spirit to go, namely up out of your body, sliding across horizontally, righting itself at a certain place, going for a little walk, and then telling yourself that's where you're going to wake up, that's when you're going to become conscious. That's one way of doing it. It's often said that the gamma brainwave frequency is prevalent prior to an out-of-body experience. Now, the gamma brainwave frequency is the state of euphoria, and if you're lying in bed trying to be as completely relaxed as you can, and thinking and visualizing and trying to sense yourself moving upwards, you can get this slightly light-headed euphoric feeling in your head. That is actually the gamma brainwave frequency, which you can learn to experience. I'll get yourself something like a mind machine so you can experience the state of mind if you want first. Another level of astral projection is when you're in a meditative position, still conscious, and you're merely visualizing with great care and very meticulously and very slowly your spirit walking out of your body and going somewhere, and you make mental notes as to the things that your spirit body is seeing. That's another way of doing it, alright? And the final way that I know of is when you go and explore planes, I think they call them, which are imaginary worlds, sometimes peopled with beings and deities and demons from the various forms of mythology which are out there. Alright, so it's said that there's one plane for the Egyptian religions, there's one plane for the pagan religions, and all the rest of it, one plane for the Christian religions when you can view like the whole crucifixion scene and the resurrection. And these are, well, there's times when they do seem to exist. For instance, if you got a few people who are followers of the same faith, and you're both doing an astral projection into a particular situation or experience, and you agree to meet at a certain place with a certain landmark in a certain aspect of the plane world, and you can then see how the communication goes and try and interact with each other. Then after the experience, you write down what happened and what went through in your experience and what the other person seemed to do as well, and then you get together and you can compare notes. You will sometimes see there's a correlation there which demonstrates that planes can exist as well. Astral projection can happen over great distances, and I mean great distances. However, I don't tend to muck around with that too much. if you're using the sleep method, there's all kinds of ways in which you can rattle the astral body to try and get yourself up and out. One of them is to visualize yourself as a 5-pointed star. Of course, you've got a head, 2 arms and 2 legs, so your body is roughly the shape of a star anyway. And you visualize a star-shaped thing spinning, because a sense of dizziness is another way of trying to get your spirit to leave your body, or trying to get your mind used to the idea that you're not in your physical body. Another way of sort of training yourself to think about yourself outside of yourself is to sit in front of a mirror and look at your reflection for ages and ages and ages, and try and tell yourself in a kind of a hypnotic neuro-linguistic programming manner that it's the reflection that's the real you. And after a while, during that particular training exercise, you can have these moments of confusion where you don't quite know which is which, and it can feel a little peculiar and fun. Alright, so that's something else to try with, and that's like trying to get the cognitive, the mental aspects sorted out inside your mind. So you get used to the idea of not seeing yourself, when you're in that meditative state, not seeing yourself as being inside your body, but understanding there could be the possibility of existence outside of the physical. So yeah, you've got to train your mind, you've got to train your perceptions. Sylvan Muldoon and Harewood Carrington spoke of consciousness of self, and a great way of doing that is to do beams of light visualizations. I'm sure you've seen the School of Wicca videos on YouTube, and they mentioned the idea of light descending into your body. You visualize it going through your head and through your neck, your upper body, and all the rest of it. And that's a very good exercise. If you can imagine this light travelling through you slowly and steadily, being pushed by your breath through your body. That's a great way of getting your mind used to thinking about the shape of your whole body prior to you visualizing yourself lifting up out of your body. Again, it's not something you can achieve overnight. Some videos on astral projection suggest that you've got to clean and tidy your room, get rid of all photographs here, there and everywhere, and fast for a day. I don't think those things are 100% necessary. You can get mild out-of-body experiences if you got the flu. Other things that you can do to help yourself out there is to try and instigate flying dreams, floating dreams, dreams of floating on a lilo on water or whatever. Anything about movement. When you're at the end of an astral projection, your spirit comes over your body and then falls back into it. So a lot of falling dreams don't have the meaning of, there's going to be a catastrophe or this, that and the other, where you've got some fears here, there and everywhere. What that is the phantom, which is, or seems to be, I should say, if I'm going to stay constant with my thesis, which seems to exist, actually falling down into your physical body. So if you can use your meditation to train yourself to think about flying dreams, floating dreams, falling dreams, that can help you as well. If you're living, your bedroom's upstairs and you want to appear downstairs, that can be difficult because you're visualizing yourself coming to leave your body and then maybe walking downstairs. And of course the idea of moving down can be enough to make your astral think, oh, it's time to return to the body again. And then you'll end up waking up and it won't necessarily work. So you might want to sense yourself as levitating out of your physical body and then moving down very, very slowly towards the ground outside the house, and then waking up there or coming conscious there. That's just another thing to play with. The most important thing is to have your routine, practice it, do it through meditation, do it even through prayer, and seeing how concrete you can make that visualization work. You may even want to rehearse it in your physical body. Alright, so you can imagine, you can try and get meditative, then sit up from your bed, walk downstairs and walk down to that place outside your house and then tell yourself, this is where I'm going to appear. And you do that every single day until you've got that drummed into your head, and then you apply that. You've got to be obsessive to make this work, as well as to have an awful lot of skill with prayerful and meditative states, as well as to have watch yourself when going to sleep, doing this spinning star visualizations. It's hard work. Anyway, have fun.